Okay, today's holster review is going to be on the Comp-Tac CTAC IWB holster. The CTAC actually stands for Concealed Tactical Adjustable Cant. It has a Kydex body and these leather tabs that connect to two clips that attach around a belt. The mounting clips have multiple holes for adjustability. This holster only has 3 holes. This is an older holster. This holster is about 4 years old. So it's an older model. The ones on the website I saw on the website actually have five adjustability points, and the clips are actually a much thinner as well. So just something to think about, that this particular holster is a very old holster. The mounting clips are also available in different colors. Like I said, these are old mounting clips, but they have the standard clips, which are these clips here that go all the way around the belt. You can see a belt will go through here and you can snap it around your belt. These standard clips come in black, brown, and khaki. There are also C-clips, and what C-clips are is there's, it comes around like this, but instead of going out further and then around a belt, it would go in between the belt and the slacks, and there'd be a little C up here and a little C down here, so that way you wouldn't have this clip portion here over top of the belt. So C-clips are available, and they come in black or chestnut. And they are also size specific. You can get 1 1/4 inch, 1 1/2 inch, or 1 3/4 inch belt loop clips for this, for the standard clips, and as well for the C clips. There's also the Velcro clips. And now what the Velcro clips are is it's basically Velcro that you put on. There's Velcro here on the clip, and then there's Velcro that you can put on your belt that will hold it in place, and those are one size fits all, and they only come in black. The different versions of this holster, they have what's called a slide version, and they have what's called a full coverage version. This is a full coverage version. You see how it kind of has a little bit of a closed mouth here, so a firearm like a 5-inch 1911 would not fit in here because it would be stopped. Even though it's an open mouth holster, it wouldn't come all the way through. Now the slide holsters actually have kind of a more open body, so that you could fit longer versions of the same firearm into that holster. Let's say you had a Glock 17, or I'm sorry, a Glock 19, or even a Glock 26, and you wanted to fit a 19 or a 17, or even a, like a 27, or the different kinds of models of the same, relatively the same size gun. You could fit those all in the same holster because it has the slide bottom, which is the open bottom. Or you can get the full coverage, like this one is here, which has a little bit more of a closed bottom to fit specifically to your firearm. So that's your choice with this holster as well. Will it accommodate crimson trace grips? Yes, it will. It is cut out for crimson trace grips. Does it have a reinforced mouth? Well, because it is Kydex, it doesn't really need a reinforced mouth. This is pretty open, and it's very stiff, so for an IWB with Kydex, you really don't need a reinforced mouth. Does it have a retention device? No. This particular holster does not have a retention device. Is there a sweat guard or body shield? Obviously, you see that there is right here. This is the sweat shield or bodyguard, whichever you want to call it. And is it adjustable? Yes, this holster is very adjustable. As you can see, you just unscrew these screws here, and you can adjust it to have a more forward cant. You can have a straight up and down cant. You can have kind of a slightly back cant. You can do a multiple of different adjustments. And like I said, these are the old clips that only have 3 adjustment points, and the newer ones that I've seen on the website have 5, so you even have greater adjustability. Build quality. Obviously, for being a 4-year-old holster, this is very, very well built. I've carried this a number of times. As you can see, it is well worn, but it's just some things to look for in your build quality. How is the bends? Are the bends smooth? Are they pretty even, or are they kind of kinked? These bends are very nice and smooth all the way around, around the molding of the gun. You can see how everything's real nice and smooth. even on the clips here for going on and off a belt multiple times. There's no cracks up here where the clips would be bending all the time from going on and off the belt. And not on that side, not on that side. No cracks anywhere really on the body of the holster. Like I said, there's some wear and there's some scratching. If you look on the inside of the holster, you can see it still is in very decent condition. Same with down the track where the sight would go. Like I said, for being a 4-year-old holster, this thing is in pretty darn good condition. Now, as far as the other things to look at for Kydex, the opening here. You know, the opening is nice and flared so that it doesn't get caught up at all on the firearm on trying to draw. Everything is real nice and open. On a slide bottom, you'd want to look for kind of the same thing, but on a full coverage bottom, like I said, it's a little bit more closed, and you can see that, you know, everything is real nice. The edging is really nice. There's no sharp edging that could either get caught on clothing or just be uncomfortable that could caught on you, because this part would go flat to your body. Now, as far as where on the body this would go, as far as your body clock is concerned, because it's so adjustable, you're really free to kind of experiment as to where you'd want it to go. If you wanted it, you know, small in the back, you know, maybe you could adjust the clips such a way that you could put it. But your typical body clock is between, of course, 3 and 5 for your right-handed and between 9 and 7 for your left-handed. But, of course, you could certainly try to do kind of a small in the back. I've heard of some people trying to try like an appendix carry up here or here. Now, as far as dimensions are concerned, now this is for a 3 to 4 inch 1911. Obviously, if you got a larger holster, it wouldn't have the same dimensions. But this one is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches with a little bit of change for the body shield. So just about 6 inches high. Okay, and as far as width is concerned, it's about 6 inches and some change from one clip to the other. If you could just go from tab to tab, here's the edge of one tab to the edge of another, it's about 6 inches. But because it's so flexible, it's really nice because it wraps around the body a little bit more, and it's really flexible, so you don't have to worry about a hard Kydex backing. Now, as far as thickness is considered, at its thickest to thickest point, it's about 1.5 inches. So, you know, maybe a little bit less even if you're looking straight down at it. Let's see here. It's looking like this is the highest point here for the Crimson Trace grips. Probably actually only about 1.25 inches, really. So, as far as thickness is considered. As far as natural retention is concerned, Kydex makes pretty easy holsters as far as natural retention is concerned, because they can make these little crimps, for instance here by the trigger guard, that can really hold a firearm in place and have a really solid snap in, snap out. So to show you, you heard that nice snap in, and you can just turn upside down, and you see the firearm really doesn't come out. So that is really good natural retention for a holster. And like I said, Kydex does a really good job for that, because they can just do a natural, a nice quick natural crimp, but it's not too heavy to the point where you can't get the firearm out if you need to draw it. And of course, you'll see the drawing segment in just a minute. You'll see how easy and how quick it is to draw. And of course, we always show that the firearm is unloaded before we do these portions. And the reason we do these kind of grab scenario things is not necessarily to show that the gun will not leave the holster, because of course it will in an open top holster, but rather to see how the holster stays on the body and whether or not it will move around. That time the clip came out just a little bit, but not too much. Some people find it necessary, not everyone as far as IWB holsters are concerned, some people find it necessary to size up a little bit on their pants. Some people don't. I do not size up in my pants because when I do wear OWB, I want my pants to fit nice and tight so that way they're not, an OWB holster isn't flopping around. So, but if you feel it necessary to size up for your pants just to accommodate, that inch of thickness, well then that's what you got to do. Obviously, it's a little bit more concealable as far as not having to worry about the rest of the holster showing. All you need is a short, kind of a short shirt, maybe a little bit more baggy, especially if you've got a longer grip like I do. But one of the great things about having such an adjustable holster is that if the cant is kind of pushing your gun out a little bit more, you can adjust your cant however you need to make it a little bit more concealable. I can kind of conceal it with this, but you see the grip sticks out a little bit, which is pretty typical of any firearm. The grip is usually the hardest part to conceal, not necessarily the muzzle. As far as comfort is considered, this is a fairly comfortable holster. Like I said, I've had this holster for about 4 years and have been carrying in it for a long time. Because it is a full Kydex body, that Kydex against your skin can get a little rough at times, and if you're in a hot climate where you're sweating a lot, obviously that doesn't absorb the sweat, so you can get kind of sticky underneath of there. Some people put moleskin on the inside of that, just that part where it's closest to the skin, and that makes it a little bit more comfortable for them. Obviously, I have not done that because I just have never felt the need to, but seeing as how I've carried this for years, obviously I do not find a problem with the comfort, or I wouldn't be carrying it. Now, as far as taking this off, it's really easy on and off. The clips just come around the belt, and no, I don't typically wear this belt. This is my wilderness instructor belt. The other great thing is because it is an in-the-waistband holster, you don't always need that really thick, heavy gun belt like I have on here. You can wear a little bit more of a a little bit more of a classy belt. You don't need such a heavy combat kind of belt. And it just slips right off by pulling the tabs up and off, and the holster comes right on. On the other hand, you can just slip it right back in. You might have to loosen up your belt just a little bit. And again, let me tell you that my pants are size appropriate to me. I did not buy pants that were a size up, so these pants are, fit me pretty much perfectly. And should have loosened up my belt just a little bit before I got in there, but there we go. Went ahead and got that in there. You can see it's fairly easy to just slip right on, and then you can just make sure that you have the clips securely around your belt, and then you can either throw on a cover garment or put on just a little bit more of a loose-fitting shirt. Like I said, this one's a little tight, so you can obviously see that it's printing a little bit, and go. But you don't have to have that long cover garment that goes down further to cover the bottom of the holster because it's in the waistband. So, but again, as I've stated, I've been carrying this for about 4 years, and it's pretty comfortable. So I would give it a thumbs up for concealability and comfort. The website you want to go to is simply comp-tac.com. And that will take you to, of course, their website. And on their website, they actually have a pretty easy navigation system. You got products, and of course this is an IWB holster, and you can see how popular it is. It's right there. Pretty much one of the first holsters you can click on. As you see from the website, like I said, a few more adjustable points on the actual product that they're showing on the website. Let me go ahead and zoom that in a little bit. You see a little bit thinner of clips and a little bit more adjustability. Of course, down here in the bottom, you can see things, what it's made for. What's really nice is right here, right underneath of where you would order your holster, they actually have current production time, and it says current production time is 4 business days, and like I said, that's today as of Sunday. Let's see, what's this, the 8th of August. So 4 business days, that's not bad for a wait time or production time. And then of course they have multiple makes, and you know, they've got 1911s, pretty much all standard 1911s. Others are Beretta, Bursa, Colt, CZ, FN, Glock, HK, Carr, Kel-Tec, Kimber, Para-Ordnance, Ruger, Smith & Wesson, SIG, Springfield, STI, Stoeger, Taurus, and Walther. Now, elsewhere on the website, while I was doing a little bit of research about if your gun doesn't show up in their list, in their frequently asked questions, which is up here, policies and frequently asked questions, they actually have a question where I don't see my gun listed, and that is, if you don't see your gun listed, they usually don't make it, but you can go ahead and email them and ask whether or not they can make that particular holster in your particular gun. The other thing is, obviously, you can see the price right there, $80. There is a 30-day return policy and a 1-year warranty from the date of purchase, excluding modifications and abuse. And the one thing I also really like about that is they have their contact information as far as phone numbers just right up there. You don't have to go digging for the contact us and all that stuff. And that's about it. I hope you like the Comp-Tac CTAC in the waistband holster review.
Hot as in blazes.